It's because that can pick up.
Right. But everybody is talking.
Aye.
That's okay then. What's your name, love?
Chelsea.
How did you do, Chelsea? The lovely name. I used to have a girl in one of their classes that I taught called Chelsea. Nice girl. Anyway, have you had a reading before? Never?
My daily read, but...
Yeah, different thing. Well, I speak with Spirit, and if you've never had a communication from Spirit, it might not be what you expect. Nobody's going to appear for that, you know, because I'm out that door before you.
Sorry, I've seen a lot of things.
Well, that's what it used to be. You're already in connection with Spirit, so that's good. And I will ask you, I'm going to ask you, is there somebody you want to hear from?
My papa.
Your papa. Right, well, can't promise, but we'll see what we can do. But do you understand why he would show me a castle? Did he think you were a little princess? You okay? Little princess, and he says, I used to play castles with you. Do you understand? He would have played these things. You'd have been the princess and he'd have run around after you all the time. And he loved it. He absolutely loved it. He said, to see you smile and laugh made mine. You know, your papa had quite a difficult life. Things didn't work out well for him in relationships and work. But he loved you more than he loved anyone. And he's making me aware as well that I don't know if his house was a back and front door, but there was a place out the back you could go and play. And he says there was these funny railings around it. Do you understand it? It didn't look like an ordinary fence, but there was a something funny around it. And he says, but you couldn't have got out onto the road, and that's what happened. And he talks about the rabbits out the back. Were there rabbits out the back?
God.
Right, and he says, they were fun. He says, you used to get buttercups and feed them buttercups. And he says, and there was water near it. Do you understand? But there was a stream.
His house are near the garden.
Oh, is it not the same place? No? Right? Either. You understand where the water is? And it's almost as if, I mean, you have to say you go and feed the ducks, fine, you go and feed the ducks, but I want to say you went and paddled in it. Do you understand that? And your mother would have been absolutely furious if you knew you were in there. Never mind with your shoes off, you could have cut yourself or anything. But he made sure your mother never knew. And he says, oh, we all had a wee adventures. But he says, your mother just kept you in the house too much. He says, I wanted you to get out there in the fresh air and all the rest of it. And you always come home manky. Do you understand that? And she'd be absolutely shouting at him at the front door. But she loved him as well. She loved him. Your mum loved him as well. And you know, I want to say that you would remember him brushing his shoes with an old-fashioned brush, and not like the pad and polish, but the old-fashioned round cherry polish going, and he had polished them until they gleamed, and it was a source of pride to him the way he was turned out. He had to be turned out the best he could. And do you understand he had this old suit that he wore all the time? No, that he didn't wear jeans, he wore something else other than jeans. Right? And I feel it was quite smart, but he'd had it forever. And he says, I don't care, doesn't go out of fashion, I don't need fashion, do you understand that? People were trying to get him to wear this and wear that. He said, no, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. So he knew his own mind. He tells me that he lost so much in his life, he lost people in his life and situations, he lost so much in his life, he never ever recovered from it. And I feel that his health was broken by some of this as well, and that his breathing was a problem, would you understand that? So his chest itself was a seat of illness, and I feel that it was emphysema or asbestosis, right? That's where I want to go. It's an industrial injury, and he said, but I never get any money for it. Do you understand that? Because he never applied for it, he just thought that was what happened. So there's this feeling. Do you understand that at one time in his life he would have worked near a coal mine?
Aye.
You know, because I want to say I was at the pit, but I never said I was down the pit. Right? He was at it, but not down it. That's what I think. And he says, those were good days. He said, I was really young then, young and fit. And he says he worked in a factory at one time as well.
That's
I understand that. And he says, I would have liked to work in a car factory, but it wasn't a car factory. He says, I might have got a cheap car then. He says, but I don't know what they were making, but some sort of engineering that was going on. And he's telling me as well that he then worked in a steel mill or a furnace. Do you know anything about a steel mill? Or is there another member of the family that worked in a steel mill?
I think so, aye.
You think so? Because I'm seeing the furnaces and the heat. So whoever that was that's in spirit now is also here saying hello, which is good. And you understand who Harry is? Harry? If you don't know who Harry is, do you understand somebody that was at sea?
Aye.
Right. Well, my next door neighbour was Harry. Hamish Harold Potter, and he was ship's captain. So this, I'm not saying this person you know is, but it's the sea like, right? And he's saying that he's here as well. And he's telling me as well you didn't like clowns or painted faces. Do you understand that? They were, instead of making you laugh, they terrified you. And he's saying, you know, the film that was it the clown you hated. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
And he said it terrified the living daylights out of you. And he's also talking about you having been really upset by watching the film The Ring. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
He says, why are you watching these things? He says, I know you want to get frightened, but he says, you're terrified. So he says, your part of that's because you see spirit. You understand? Because you've seen him. You know that, don't you? You've seen him in your bedroom. But one night, when you're really upset, you woke up and I feel there was a sense somebody had died or you'd lost something. It was like a sense of death in the sense that somebody had died and you saw him. He says, because you see spirit, these things frighten you even more than it frightens anybody else. I'm the same. And he says, you know, you okay?
Aye.
He says, you're really a wonderful person. He says, you don't give any room for manoeuvre. You tell them exactly what you think. And you're known to shout it from the front door to the end of the street. And he tells me as well that when you go to the shops, you'll argue with them to get money off it. You know, these things, it's just that you're right into your life. And he says that you need a bit of a holiday though. You understand? He says, because things are getting you down. Now, I don't feel you've got children. Do you have children?
No.
He didn't think so. And you've never had a miscarriage because he doesn't have a baby with him. Right, so we're fine. We're okay then, right? That doesn't mean to say that you won't have them. You will have them. But he's telling me as well that somebody you were going out with was I can't repeat what he said. He you know,
It's fine, just say that's the way he spoke.
it was a bit of an arsehole. That's what he said to me, and I normally wouldn't use that language, but do you understand that? And he says there wasn't much left in the time you told him what you thought. Because when it finally came to it, you told him exactly what you thought, and everybody heard it. And he scurried away with his tail between his legs. And he's never said another word about it. Anywhere, you know how the people say this and this about you, you know, they're falling out. Well, he didn't, because he knew that your brother would get it.
No.
Who's the person that is like a brother to you then?
One of my good pals.
Right, that's fine. He would get him, and there would be no stopping him, because he'd be so angry. And he's telling me about a clock. You've got to watch your time. Have you got something you've got to get in a deadline? Like a form, or have you got to go to the job centre, or you've got to watch you get there on time, because there's going to be problems getting there. You know, there seems to be something that holds you back.
Right.
And he's talking about, that's a strange name, I don't know this one, Ewan. No?
Ewan?
Do you understand Ewan?
Aye.
Oh my goodness. I was going to say you needed to go to the dentist, but if you understand Ewan, that's okay. But you need to go to the dentist as well? Right, so you understand. Right. Oh, you get braces. My daughter's just had hers on for a year.
My papa tell.
I won't get it done, because you'll get it free. Right, for a certain time. Anyway, going back to you. You know, your grandpa showed me this ego, as if he was the type of man who watched and listened and then he said things, right? And he said things he knew a lot, you know, don't know how he knew it. He saw through everything. And he says, I sold up there and I saw everything that was going on. He says, a lot of years watching everything that's going on. And he says, I know who's in and out and stealing things, and I know who's in and out of jail. You know what I mean? Especially the overnights. They said they were at a party and they weren't, they were in the jail overnight. So somebody's done that. Do you understand?
Aye.
He says, but I'm looking over you more than anybody else. Sorry I frightened you. When you understand? Are you okay?
Aye.
I've got to stop.
I'm happy.
I know
I'm
you're
fine.
happy. I know you're happy. I'm just so pleased that he came through so strongly for you, because that's a really good communication. Do you understand that where he had to deal with rats?
Aye.
Because he said, tell her about the rats. Come on, tell her about the rats. And he said that he would chop their tails off.
Aye.
Not that he did, but he says, I'll get them after it. Because it was almost like the, you know, the three blind mice thing, only he was doing it with rats. So he's showing me that you've got 3 paths to choose from. Would you know what those are? There's a choice of 3 people or 3 things in your life, and it'll come up when it comes up. And it's up to you. Excuse me. He talks so much. It's up to you which way you go. Whichever way you choose, he will support you. You leave him there, and leave him with your love, and see if there's anything else he wants to say to you. But choose a card from this.
One.
Just one. To see what I may have missed, he says. self-acceptance. Accept you for who you are, and you know that you like yourself. It's not that you think, oh, I'm a terrible person. Don't ever think that, he says, because you do it sometimes. He says you're a lovely person. Once you know that, then you're right. On to the next bit. You okay with that?
Aye.
Right. Now this is all about your life. It'll go from your present all the way back to your further. It'll go forward to your further future. I can't give you a time scale on it though. How far in the future? You shuffle this for me, and then we'll see where we go.
Doubt if I could get them in my hands.
Oh, you'll be fine. I can pretty good at that actually. Right, thank you.
Like my baba.
Right, this is your present. Here's your immediate past, further past, immediate future, further future. That's good. Do you live on your own yet? Just now, right? Further future. You put more out. Right, one or two ups and downs, nothing terrible, right? Now, but see that one there, the man with the hanging from his foot? Nobody's going to hang himself. We'll come to that in a minute, just in case you get that panic on, you know. First of all, we've got you here as a very, very loving person, and a person who would do anything for anybody. It's just that I think you know the kind of person who's salt of the earth. Seems to be a few yous here tonight, a few earth angels in, and it shows me as well that you've got a strong personality, that you're very good with money. Do you know what I mean? You do get, you'll save up and then you'll blow it all, right? You know, but you can be very good with money, and you know what you want out of life, and you're trying to get there hard. And I feel as well that you've maybe not got the same. You maybe not want the same things as other people that you know. Would you understand that? There's a difference in it. You want a different style of life. And it shows me that, you don't have two children, do you? You don't have any. We asked you that already, didn't I? Do you understand where you've got a stubborn streak a mile wide? Yeah, you do, right? I need your yeses.
Yes.
And it's almost as if, you know, you've got all this lovely side of you and all this determination, and then you dig your heels in and say, no.
Oh, aye.
And usually if it's sudden change, you don't like sudden change.
Definitely.
You understand that? It makes you feel very insecure and you overreact to it, right?
Definitely.
Now, most recently in the past, what I can see here is you go to the go-karts with somebody. You know, you drive yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You do, because I've got somebody else coming in here saying, he said, tell her about the go. I was watching on the go-karts. This is another man. You know, another man in spirit, right? This man has got a gentle. He's got a quietness about him, right? I think when shove comes to push, he could stand up for himself. He's not shy, but he's quiet, right? That makes sense to you? And he's a person. He's because he's quiet. He's not coming through that easily. I'm getting bits from him, and I feel that he's a very deep person. That you, but not everybody would have known him as well as you. Sense to you? You sure? Is this person an uncle? Or is he on the same age group as you? Because I feel he's older.
Aye, older.
Older. I feel, whatever the relationship is, he's very much looking after you as well, from a distance. Right? Now I want to just go on with what's happened recently in the past. Well, you've certainly been using your sharp tongue. You know, you're very, do you know what I mean by saying you're very astute about people? No, right, you can see through somebody.
Oh, aye.
Absolutely see through them. So, in the city, you're very astute. You can see through them, and I would say that you use it to your advantage because you know who to trust and who not to trust. And it shows me that you're very bright, you know how to get the things you want out of life. And that you're also very protective to those around you. This is this Earth Angel thing coming up again. I said we've got a bunch of them. And I feel very much that you have got an inner strength that people don't recognise at first. Of you, but you soon stop them. And now if a friend lets you down, that's them gone. They don't exist anymore.
Definitely.
And it's a strong feeling that there was a friend for many years that's happened to. And she lied to you, and you never forgave her, because it was about somebody close to you, and you never forgave her for it, and she knows. Did she have red or kind of strawberry blonde hair?
Bright red.
Bright red. Because I'm getting the impression that it was, and she says, I'm known to be a liar now, and she doesn't like that. but she knows herself she was. Now, it shows me here that your world opened up recently. You were going new places, doing new things. Would that be right?
Aye.
A complete, maybe not a complete change of life, but certainly a change of life. But you were so worried about the money. You didn't have the money to do all of the things you wanted.
Aye.
And you had to keep money for the things that you needed, you know, basic
Aye.
living. But it was a wonderful time, and you hope it's going to continue.
Mm.
Now, I also feel that there's a relationship here in the past. Now, I don't know if this is a relationship that's over or not yet, but I'll have a look at it in a minute. And it shows me that it was a good relationship for you because it was secure. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a strong relationship. Now, I feel that's the reason you started going and doing your things, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel as well that, you know, that way I'm going to go back and read these cards and what I have here. And so that in the present there's you, and then there's this, he's a kind of stunted child man. Do you understand that?
Aye.
He's not quite grown up, he's got a very soft centre and he's lovely, but he's got this wee man syndrome.
Childish.
Childish, yeah, right, you know, grumpy, childish. And you have to be the grown-up. So that's where you are with that. Now, I want to go, see, sometimes you have to read it one way and then you have to use it again in a different way.
Right.
A wee bit further back, oh no, it goes with that. You know, it's as if you love him but you're disappointed in him sometimes.
Why?
Now, right back here at the furthest past that I have in these cards, it shows me that there was a time when you were very, very bad with money and you made bad decisions. Do you understand that?
Aye.
But you sorted yourself out after that, and it shows me that you ended up in a heap load of problems with money.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be right? Because I feel as if I'm getting letters for debt. Do you understand? And but you've worked on that, and you've got it more or less under control. Would that be right?
Mm-hmm.
Except when
Yes.
you've got no money.
Aye.
Right, now your past is quite accurate there, and it's picking out certain things that you recognise, which is good. Now, we'll look to your present and your future. And remember, we can ask about other things as well. Now, what I'm saying is, you are in a group of friends who are all a bit argumentative, and you fall out one minute, you're best of friends the next.
Aye.
And it says that you're feeling as if you're kind of not left out, but you're ready to move on from it in some way. You feel a bit more mature than them.
Aye.
And I feel that you know yourself, that you're changing, and that you're going to leave your group of friends behind. I'm sorry because you've had a lot of good times,
Mm-hmm.
but your life is taking you in another direction. Do you
Aye.
understand that?
I do. Aye.
And the card that goes with that is, you know, there's a sense of love there, and a luxury that's so special, and that often that love, that it's taking you away from the way that you lived into a different. I want to say a grown-up one, but you know, everybody's grown up, but it's a more mature relationship. That's what I want to say. Now, it shows me here that in some ways there's insecurity about this relationship, but we know what he's like, and that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows me that he, in the future here, he makes agreements, the two of you make plans. He's his own worst enemy, so you can't trust him.
I know who you're talking about.
What?
I can know who you're talking about.
Oh, is this the person you're going out with?
I'm not going round it.
You're not going with anybody, but do you understand where this would be? This, and you understand what I've said here?
Aye.
And you understand here?
Aye.
Right, that's good. That's good. Even if I'm thinking in a different way, as long as you know what I'm talking about, that's
Aye.
all that matters. Because this card up here, it shows me this is a home card. Now, if you're thinking of moving out home, you'll get a house, right? If that's what you think you're doing, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it shows me you're just, it's absolute heaven. You're just, I don't know if you're going to go party daft when you move into it or something like that. But it's just feeling I've been overwhelmed with it, just exhausted. This is wonderful, and enjoying the responsibility and the freedom of it, which is excellent. Now, I want to put another card on top of that and show you, but you be careful that doesn't become a prison itself. You're kind of flat on your own, right? Times that you're not good on your own sometimes. You get very, very lonely quickly. And you do sit and have a wee drink, is that right?
Aye, my worst enemy.
Right, so you're your own worst enemy there, so you be careful that you don't feel as if you're stuck there. And what we have a wee bit further on, so you've got a lot of good things and then one or two warnings. You've got two more cards here. It shows me in one hand you get kind of bad luck with lots of things are not working out so well. There's like a whole lot of wee things going wrong and you can't make the money work, right? But then it shows me this. It shows me there's an injustice been done to you, so whatever are you working just now?
No.
No, I didn't see that you were. So looking at your benefits, let's say, it's almost as if you're not getting the right money, because suddenly you get back money.
Right.
So there's a whole lot, justice is done and the money sorted out, so there seems to be a problem with that, and the reason you're stuck is you're stuck in because you're getting no money.
Right.
Right, so this is it, because I don't know whether it's a problem with your housing benefit or something like that. So there's definitely something there, and it sorts itself out, and after that you're really quite, you're smug and happy, and you have enough money to get by, you can do some of the things you want, but you're still not in love. No, you really are your own person, aren't you? You're waiting to meet your match, not somebody to look after. The weak people are drawn to you because you're strong.
Aye.
And you could have a million of these weak guys that you have to treat as wains, but you need somebody that's equally strong as you.
Aye.
And you've been picky now. Quite right as well.
Why?
Quite right. Now, do you want to find out about your love life in the future? Right, okay, that's the next thing we can do. We've got a couple of minutes to do that. I have to kind of keep watching my time because I can go on for an hour with one person, and it's just, I'm exhausted after it.
That's fine.
I try and keep within the time, or within it, within about 10 minutes. Right, okay, now you want to know about your love life. Okay, so you want to know about the love of your life, or do you want to know about who you're going to be with?
About a bit.
You want to know, I'm trying how we can word it. Okay, you're looking, saying, will I have a long-lasting relationship in the future? Choose 3 cards. It's there for the taking, it says, but you might not want it. It says yes, you've got a lot of pleasure in it, but it turns out the people that you're meeting are too hard work and you can't be bothered, right? So, will you meet your match?
3 again.
4? No, that's fine, no, take that back out as well.
Oh.
Give me it. See why? And it says yes, you will meet your match. Where is it? But you're warned not to give them money. Don't take on financial commitment with them. Right? Oh, pardon me, sorry.
Sorry.
And it says whoever it is will break agreements and you'll walk away from them. Right? So there's a number of people in your life coming up. Okay, that's what's important. So you're looking for a loving, long-lasting relationship in the future now, Chloe. So we're just weeding them out as we go and warning you about each guy you're going to meet. Right, there's your long-lasting relationship, a loving wish come true. The world opens up with new, different type of relationship, and it's a gift from the gods practically, because this is the person you're going to be. That card just to see if it's him. It's not in his power. So you're going to be well off, or better off than you are now. So whoever it is, he's got a job, he's working. He drives a van. Well, he drives the work van, I think, and he wears, you know, I feel whatever he does for a living, he comes back with it in his skin.
Right.
You know, he gets dirty in it, or he gets paint on him, or he gets, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, but whatever, he's a hard worker, and I feel he's blonde. You know, dirty blonde. That doesn't describe your ex, does it?
No.
That's good.
Something like butt.
Isn't it? Oh wow. But he does have his problems, you have to work it out. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that because you now know where you're going. Your papa was lovely. What a lovely man. Do you actually see spirit solidly, or do you see them an impression of them?
I feel it.
You feel
If
it?
that makes sense.
Oh, it does make sense if you sit around your neck. I've got one all down my back.
It's like when I went in to see my papa in his coffin before his funeral, I was standing myself. Nobody was in with me, it was just me. I felt as if I was standing in the room with his arms in
But you would be.
the front.
It is. I went to see my cousin when he passed away, and I took my aunt with me. She was 99 when she died, and we went in, and I came back out and I said, well, what did you see in there? Besides Stuart? She says, besides Stuart, I says, was an angel. His father was there for him, and hit the blonde hair's hand. I didn't know who it was. And then I got to speak to Aunt Mary, and she says, no, she says, tell me, because she knew I can see. And I said, I told her about the angels. I says, and Frank was there, and it was tiny.
Oh.
So it was just, she was in tears. She says, I know he's in good hands now, and it's just what she needed. So it can be really, really nice. So I'm going to send you out there now.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Oh, how do you do?